Carina's endless pursuit of the truth helped us to dug deeper into the rabbit hole. So as you know, Carina is one of the main residents of the Chapter 7 island of the Golden Coast. She documents hidden secrets around the Chapter 7 island and uploads them on social media. Her biggest story to cover was about the conspiracy surrounding Inaloop Labs. And when you talk to Carina about Inaloop Labs, she tells us that even though people around the Chapter 7 island of the Golden Coast called Inaloop Labs the foundation of intervention, Carina tells us that the company is acting very shady, and reveals to us that before the Dark Voyager took over Inaloop Labs and turned into Lethal Labs, she hacked into Inaloop Labs' servers ages ago and came across redacted files about the 0 point and the 7. So all of you now may be wondering, why does Inaloop Labs have redacted files about the 0 point and the 7? Well, let's first talk about the first redacted file that Carina has recovered, and it's about the 0 point. So as you know, the 0 point shard is in the central heart of Lethal Labs currently, along with a mysterious particle accelerator underneath Lethal Labs, powered by mysterious energy. And recently, there are mysterious rift anomalies spawning around the Chapter 7 island. And if you put the pieces together, you'll realize the dark truth. That thanks to Carina's investigation, it's revealed that Inaloop Labs was experimenting with 0 point energy, which not only led to the creation of the particle accelerator powered by 0 point energy, but it's even led to the creation of the mysterious rift anomalies spawning around the Chapter 7 island. Now let's move on to the second redacted files that Carina has recovered, and it's about the 7. So it seems that when Inaloop Labs was experimenting with the 0 point shard, they discovered countless realities across the Omniverse and discovered about the 7, who are, remind you, are heroes who want to protect the 0 point, including countless realities across the Omniverse from dangerous threats. And one of them is the last reality. So, this even explains about the so-called movie setup props around Sus Studios. Because when you enter Sus Studios, you'll come across production props, and one of them is a control console with 7 logo symbols on them. Reveals that Inaloop Labs discovered about the 7 by experimenting with the 0 point shard. This even explains why the Dark Voyager and his assistant Voidwalker Lynx hacked into Inaloop Labs and turned it into Lethal Labs in the first place. Because since Inaloop Labs has files about the 7, this allowed the Dark Voyager and his Dark Harvester to hack into Inaloop Labs, turn it into Lethal Labs, and use the redacted files that he got in order to hunt down the 7, which we know that one of them is the Order. This explains why his endless pursuit of the Order allowed him to capture her. Inaloop Labs was the reason that the Order was captured in the first place by the Dark Voyager in the last reality, because they have redacted files about her, which means they found out that she's an bioengineered creation super soldier created by Geno, which is very bad. Also, after finding out about this dark truth about the Dark Voyager and about Inaloop Labs, Carina also starts to suspect Hope and Jones for some reason. She thinks that they're somehow connected to the Dark Voyager, including the conspiracy surrounding Inaloop Labs, but we know that's technically not true. But she will continue to pursue for the truth to find out. Which led us to something very interesting. As you know, there are standard weekly quests that allow you to level up and gain experience. And one of these standard weekly quests was Carina's, such as Confront Vengeance Jones or Heroic Hope about the Dark Voyager. And last time we checked, standard weekly quests don't have anything to do with the story. So this is actually the first time that a standard weekly quest had anything to do with the story. And in the description of the quest, it says they know something. You'll take one, I'll take the other. So we have the choice to make to either talk to Hope or Jones. So if we talk to Hope at Classified Canyon, this means that Carina will go talk to Jones. And according to Hope's dialogue, she says, "Can you tell Carina to, I don't know, stay out of all this? I can tell she's passionate, but she'll get herself hurt." But if you talk to Jones, that means Carina will go talk to Hope at Classified Canyon. And if you talk to Jones at Lethal Labs about, talking about the Dark Voyager, he says, "Nuh-uh, nope, go tell Little Blue to leave us alone." So it seems that Hope is worried about Carina's safety because she wants her to stay away from all of this. But Jones just wants her just to leave them alone, which is quite something, I guess. But this only encourages Carina to pursue more of the truth. And it turns out picking Jones in that quest actually is the right choice. Because in a second loading screen from Carina called Carina's Investigation, you will see a picture of Carina with Hope at Classified Canyon looking over the Dark Voyage's Dark Harvester looming over Classified Canyon's base. And according to the description of the loading screen, it says the truth is in there. So you'll not be wondering, why is the Dark Voyager at Classified Canyon since it was at Lethal Labs? So as you know, the Dark Voyager has a scanner device in the Dark Harvester, allowing him to scan various locations around the Chapter 7 island, such as Painted Palms, Lante Landing, Tip Top Terrace, Wonky Land, Bumpy Bay, Humble Hills, Bellwood Boulevard, Lethal Labs, Sandy Strips, Four Fields, Clausy Lounge, and especially Classified Canyon, because the truth is in that base. Because if you go enter Classified Canyon's base and go deeper inside, you will find no other than a mini-sized version of Kevin the Cube. Not to mention, if you open the big vault door at Classified Canyon's base, you will find no other than a Last Reality UFO, piloted by a Peely plushie for some unknown reason, which is quite odd, to be honest. So, this means the Dark Voyager not only has 2 goals, he only has 3 goals now, such as not only to capture the members of the Seven, such as the Order, and piece the 0 point back together to turn the Chapter 7 island of the Golden Coast to the next Reality Zero, but he is going to Classified Canyon's base with the Dark Harvester to reclaim what belongs to the Last Reality, which is the Meaty Kevin and the Last Reality UFO. So this is even more darker than we thought. Not only that Interloop Labs has been experimenting with 0 point energy and had redacted files of the Seven, but Classified Canyon's base has the mini-sized version of Kevin the Cube, including the Last Reality UFO. That means we found 3 objectives from the Dark Voyager to use his Dark Harvester for. To not only hunt down members of the Seven and piece the 0 point back together, but to even reclaim what belongs to the last reality, such as the mini Kevin, including the last reality UFO. So yeah, this is very bad. But even though the truth has come out, Carina now decides to help us, such as to free the Order. As you guys know, in the recent Breakpoint story quest, we have to rescue the Order, which is to trade the key card to do some favors for Carina, such as tag Bigfoot or Human Bill and trade 300 gold in order to get the key card. And thanks to Carina's cooperation, we got what we wanted and freed the Order, which led the Dark Voyager to be furious. So, yeah, that's what Carina is up to currently in Chapter 7, Season 1, Pacific Break. With all this information, thanks to Carina's investigation around the Chapter 7 island, we figure out what the Dark Voyager is up to at Classified Canyon, the conspiracy around Inaloob Labs, and finding out what was going on during the entire story. So with that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what your favorite things to do with Fortnite, creativity, buying players, Fortnite Blister, Fortnite Reload, the return of Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 7 OG, including its live event coming very, very soon, which I will participate. Comment down below what your favorite things in Chapter 7, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos from me, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye!